Good day and welcome to Namakwaland, home of flowers and soil. The following 3 tests will be performed in this video and results shared with you.
Five minutes later. "24 hours later."
The sand, silt and clay will each deposit in their own layer. Measure the height of each layer and then divide it by the total height for your soil deposit and multiply it by 100 to get the percentage of soil, clay and silt that your soil sample is made out of. After working out the percentages, we can see that our sample is made out of 91% sand, 7% silt and 2% clay. From these results we can then go to our soil texture classifications and use the values to find our soil texture. So what now, you might ask? Well, from this we know then what properties our soil have, as sand, clay and silt each have their own properties. These properties all contribute to the soil fertility, which in turns provide all the necessary nutrients and water for plants to grow, which animals then eat, or plants that some humans also eat. The field test is used to quickly gauge the composition of the soil when you're in the field or while you're waiting for the soil to settle down in the jar. To do the soil test, you wet some of the soil that you collected and then you roll it in your hand. You also feel it a bit. If the part that you rolled breaks easily, it shows there's a high content of sand, as sand doesn't stick to each other as much as clay. The higher your clay content becomes, the more it sticks together and the more shapes you can make with your soil. If you feel the soil in your hand and it feels gritty, it means there is a lot of sand in your soil. If it feels slippery and smooth, it means there's a lot of clay in your soil.
I'm going to do a soil test to determine whether the soil in the veld in the Kamiesberg is alkaline or acid. That is called determining the pH value of the soil. First of all, I am going to try and determine whether the soil is alkaline. To do that, I am going to take half a cup of vinegar I'm going to use this to measure it. There's a cup measure there, and I've got to do about half a cup. That's about it. There's my half cup of vinegar, and then this is my soil that I collected in a recycled ice cream container. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons, just like in baking, of soil, and I'm going to put it in a glass. Now, watch carefully. I'm going to add the vinegar to the soil. It does absolutely nothing. So, the next one is to determine whether the soil is then acid. For that, I suppose I've got to wipe this before I put it. Bicarbonate of soda, cook soda. I take 2 tablespoons full, and I add that to rainwater collected from my tank. On half a cup of water, and then I add 2 tablespoons of soil. If you look carefully, you will see this is fizzing a bit. So, my conclusion is that the soil in the Kamiesberg in natural veld is acid and not alkaline.
I am digging a tube to check for earthworms because spring and autumn time is the best time to look for earthworms when the soil is still cool and moisture. I've just found a worm, an earthworm. I use a ruler for the correct measure by 30 by 30 centimeters. But I just found an earthworm. I will put the soil on a hardboard and then break it apart to look for the worms.